This meeting is being recorded.
Hey Nadia, I'm glad you came back to see me. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. So I heard you have some things you want to talk about today.
Yes, I do. There's something that I wanted to share with you, actually, something that has been bothering me for a long
Hmm.
time. And it's something that I've had trouble letting go of, and it's still ongoing in my life. And I just wanted to share it today.
Okay, well, before you get started, I just want to remind you that you remember the confidentiality that you signed, right? Whatever you say in here stays in here unless someone is hurting you, you want to hurt someone or you're hurting yourself, or you give me permission to share. Are you still okay with that?
Yes, I'm okay with that. I agree with that.
Okay, great. And I also want to let you know that we don't have a lot of time. So I don't want you to feel rushed. So once the time starts getting close, I'll start trying to wrap it up for you. And then if we need to, we can schedule another appointment. Does that work for you?
Yes, it does. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, great, great. Okay, Nadia, let's tell me what's going on.
Okay, so I want to share that. So a while back, about
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, which shows how long I've been holding on to it,
Mm-hmm.
is that I had just moved in to my boyfriend's house, and
Okay.
everything was going fine. Everything was great until it was right around COVID. It was like at like the break of COVID when everything had happened.
Okay.
And things were shutting down and people weren't able to have certain events, parties were restricted, and
Correct.
his sister was supposed to get married.
Oh,
And
okay.
because of COVID and everything, the wedding was canceled. So she was really upset, and
Of
you know,
course.
yeah, so like who wouldn't be? But I felt that because of her wedding getting canceled and them having to postpone everything, she put a lot of that hurt and pressure on the rest of the family.
When you say the rest of your family, do you mean you, your boyfriend, your mother? Like, who's the rest of the family?
She was putting pressure on like her parents, her siblings, which would be like her brothers, and
Oh, okay.
I feel like cousins, and then I feel that I even got the pressure.
Okay,
Which
how so?
so in the sense that she was giving us a certain attitude and even a certain silent treatment because we didn't
Mm.
glorify her wedding the way she wanted to. So they still actually ended up getting married. They just did it
Okay,
by paper, but they didn't have that big celebration like they dreamed of, and they were waiting to have it later in life.
correct, correct.
And so that's she didn't we didn't like post about it on social media. We didn't go have a super nice fancy dinner. We didn't basically make it just as amazing as it would have been because we couldn't, because there were those restrictions due to COVID. So I feel that she had just gotten so upset with all this, which she did. And she blew up on us and told us how horrible of a family we were, and that we don't care about her, and that we don't really love her. And it just continued, and it like broke my heart because I don't think it was fair to
Understandable.
put me under the same category as everyone else.
Correct, correct. So, do you think, what about what she said made you think that she wanted you guys to celebrate her bigger or recognize her big day bigger? Did she say anything specific to you? Is it transference from your boyfriend because that's her brother? What did she specifically say to you that upset you? Because we want to work on your relationship with her. So, what did she specifically say to you?
So what she had said to me was, because I was trying to, she was in the middle of just pouring all this onto us, telling us basically how much we didn't recognize, and glorify her wedding. And I told her, I
Yes.
said, well, maybe it's not what you had expected because of the situation, but it doesn't mean that you won't get that dream wedding. And as I was trying to kind of bring her down, she
Mm-hmm.
had snapped on me. And she said,
Oh,
it doesn't matter what you say. Like, and she was laughing in my face and kind of like pointing at me, like
oh,
you don't
okay.
get it. Like you don't care. And it just made me feel like I was a joke and that no matter what I said, it wasn't going to help. and that I don't know what she's talking about. I can't relate, like as if I'm just so irrelevant,
I
and it just
understand.
made it,
So it sounds like you were hurt by her. You
yes.
felt attacked.
Yeah,
Is that how
most
you felt?
definitely. That's exactly how I felt. I felt super attacked, and it was only my first week of living with them. Like
So
my
not
first week,
only
so I
were
feel like I came into a hot mess. Like,
Yes. So not only were you just in a new situation, still trying to get your footing, here goes this big eruption. So that made it even more harder for you, or maybe
exactly.
challenging, maybe not harder, challenging.
Yes, extremely challenging. Like, definitely. Because then I felt like everything from that point, it just kind of brought us like from here to rock bottom so fast that
Hmm.
everything from that point just kind of added and kept adding and adding. Like we weren't able to have a great comeback from that fall. And I feel like we've just been getting like lower and lower.
Have you stopped and asked her about that situation? Has she ever reflected or came back and apologized to you, maybe your brother or her parents, or just everyone in general? Has she ever came back and apologized?
No, everybody just brushed it under the rug, and they're all pretty, they're just, I guess, understanding of how she is. They just like to kind of ignore it, Maybe not so much
Okay.
understanding, but they kind of brush it off, They're like, "Oh, that's just how she is sometimes. It's
Okay.
okay." And I don't think that's right. That's why
Correct.
also why
Correct.
it bothers me so bad.
Correct. So to me, it sounds like you're saying she crossed a boundary with you, a boundary that her family kind of allows her to behave a certain way. And to you, it bothers you not only because you were new, just meeting her, you were attempting to encourage her, but she also was hurtful in her delivery to you.
Exactly. Like that's exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's like and I was really like looking forward to building that relationship and having a good
Of
one,
course.
because
Of
I
course.
don't have the best relationship with my own sister, and then it just felt like I was just going down the same road again, like with my future sister-in-law, that we're just, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? It just made me do some reflecting too, and I thought I
So
was doing well, and I wasn't.
so my question would be, have you ever asked her, maybe not, maybe just asked her, or brung the conversation up? Would you like to role play that situation? How would you bring that up to her to let her know that your feelings were hurt? Because your feelings are valid. Would you feel comfortable addressing your feelings with her? Or do you
I mean,
feel
it makes me
like that would
nervous.
be, it makes you nervous? Yeah, of course.
It
Of
makes me
course.
nervous, but I mean, I definitely would like to role play it if we could, because then maybe I won't be so nervous for when I do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Would you like me to be her or would you rather be her?
If you want to be her.
Okay. Hey, Nadia, you said you had something you want to talk to me about.
Yes, there is something that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
I I wanted to reflect on the one time that when you were about to get married
Mm-hmm.
and your wedding had gotten canceled and we had to postpone everything. I wanted to talk about, that I could only imagine how heartbroken you were
Oh my
over
gosh, I
everything.
was so heartbroken. Yes, so stressful, so upsetting. I don't even remember. It was so terrible and so bad. Oh, it was such a bad time for me.
Well, during that time, I there was something that you had said, and
Oh,
I was trying to help you. I noticed a lot of that stress that you
okay.
had going on, and you had projected it at a point, or you had voiced at a point to the family and how frustrated you were, and you wanted us to, acknowledge your wedding more and the fact that you did get married, even though it was on paper, which is still as valid. And then you wanted us to really take the time to show our appreciation for your love with your significant other, and we didn't. However, you had kind of dismissed what I was saying at a point, and I was trying to be there for you. And I don't think you probably noticed it at the time because of how stressed you were. I was trying to be there, and you had dismissed my feelings, and that really hurt because I was trying to be there for you, and it felt like you didn't want me there.
I am so sorry that I made you feel dismissed and that your feelings didn't matter, because they absolutely do. And I apologize. And thank you for bringing that to my attention. I do appreciate that. And I will work on and pay attention to the way I speak with you.
Okay. That works for me. And I'll be more willing, and I'll be on your side no matter what. And I'll be there to back you up and make sure that every event of yours will always be celebrated, regardless of any restriction.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate that.
Of course.
How do you feel?
Not so bad. I felt like you were definitely her for a second. I got a little scared.
I think one of the biggest things is not to say you, but just say I. I felt dismissed. My feelings were hurt because I can see how saying you made me feel she might not take it correctly. But if you're just talking about your feelings, I felt dismissed. I felt like my feelings didn't matter. Might be a way she like, oh, okay, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. And instead of feeling like she needs to defend her actions. But this was just one. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just going to say that's something I could definitely work on, because when it comes to her, all I want to use is you.
and that's understandable. And that's understandable. And that's why it just takes practice and just knowing that you're only speaking from yourself. You don't have to advocate for your boyfriend or her mother or parents. You're just speaking from your experience. And so sharing how you felt in that situation is all that matters. And just letting her know that that was not my intention, was to upset you. I was trying to, do this, and I felt like this. So you don't have to go out and practice this. I know it's about time for us to wrap this up because our time is coming to an end. But consider having the conversation with her. If you want to role play again at our next session to feel more comfortable, you're more than welcome to do so.
Okay, that works for me. I think I'll go ahead and have that conversation. I think it's 2 years long overdue, but I'm glad I had some time to sit and marinate within, approach her properly and respectfully.
Oh, absolutely. So before we wrap it up, anything else, bothering you? Anything else you want to discuss? We got a few more minutes before we close. Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling a lot better. I feel a sense of relief now. That was good. I really enjoyed the role playing. I think when I came in here, I was at kind of like a low, but now I'm doing better.
Oh, that's good to hear. So I will be talking to you next week. And if you need to get in touch with me, you have my number, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome. It is my pleasure. You have a great day, okay?
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.